Hey everyone, my name is Danielle. Today I have a super healthy soup idea, dinner idea for you. This is basically going to be a pretty much 0-point soup, pretty much flat across the board on any Weight Watchers program you're following. The only thing you're really going to see any points add up is going to be for the base you're going to add for the flavoring of your soup. You can go ahead and exchange that for whatever base or bouillon cubes that you would like that fit your way of eating. I have a specific base I like for the amount I use. I believe it's 5 tablespoons for the whole serving of, for the whole like big pot of soup. So I mean, you're not going to sit down and eat the whole thing. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to go ahead and share that with you. I'm also going to go ahead and show you what I had for dinner. So it's kind of going to be like a cook with me and what I had for dinner. Hey guys, so first we're going to start off by cutting a bunch of vegetables. So I have some celery. This was already cleaned. I have some frozen broccoli. I'm just going to actually just toss that in the pot. And I have an onion. I'm just going to dice this up super quickly. I just cut each end off. I have that little bowl back there just to like throw my garbage in, like kind of inspired by good old Rachel Ray. So I have just this half of head of cut cabbage. I love the way cabbage is in my soup. I think it really kind of takes the place of like a noodle. It gives like that filling feeling, and the way I cut it, I just cut it into slices, and I mean, I like it. So yeah, I take off the first couple layers because that's like kind of gross, you know. It's kind of like lettuce, you got to take off the first couple layers. And I take off like the spine, and I just get to go in and I just cut it up into tiny pieces, well not tiny pieces, slivers, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw that in my pot. I'm going to add some fat-free chicken broth, and I'm going to put the whole little box in there, and then I am going to add some water. I am not going to fill it up all the way. I kind of show you how far I go. Remember, the vegetables will give off some water, and you don't want your pot overflowing. I actually have some zucchini. I'm going to clean those off, cut off the edges, and dice those up, and I will show you how everything else comes together. Plan for this pot of just, I have, you know, the vegetables you see me put in there. I want to bring it to a simmer, and once it starts simmering, then I will add in our bouillon and the zucchini. I put the zucchini in last because they cook rather quickly and I don't want them to become mushy. What bouillon I am going to use is this LB Jameson's soup base. Let me show you here. Is my favorite. It's a couple bucks. I get it at our local grocery store. So this, I use 4 tablespoons for this big size pot, and it comes out to being 2 points plus. I don't know how much it will be for freestyle, but that's for the whole pot of soup with all the juice. So obviously it'll probably be 0 points once you break it down to how many serving points you get, or serving sizes. But this stuff is very, very flavorful, and a little bit goes a long way. So for this whole size pot, I use 4 tablespoons. So we're gonna let this cook, and we'll let the cabbage cook down. I didn't fill it all the way up with water to the top because the cabbage, when it cooks, is gonna let off some water, and I don't want it to overflow when I add the zucchini. You guys can see that it's starting to like smoke. The stuff's starting to cook down, or like steam, or whatever the word is. So this is my favorite ladle, by the way. It's like got this thing on there. It's from Rachel Ray. I've had it for like a million years. I don't even know if they make them anymore. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add my zucchini in there. Be careful the water doesn't splash at you. I like eating this soup. I know I had mentioned this on Instagram when I was talking about making this soup. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, please do so. Anyways, people were like, oh, I don't like eating soups in the summer, it's too hot, and blah, blah, blah. And I get it, but I'm working the next few days, guys. This is it. I'm working the next few days, and I need to have something that's easy for me and will fill me up. And I don't know, I just like it. Soups store well for me, and I just enjoy them. I think they're really filling. All right, so I got the tablespoon out here. So I just go ahead and I do one. I don't know how many quarts this is. This is just my pot. I'm like one of those ladies now, and I know what my pot takes too. But this is like a standard like soup pot, so like everybody's cookware set has came with this one. Oops. So, and then I just stick this in just to get all the stuff off there. You could always add whatever you want. If you have like chicken breast, you can do it. You could add ears of corn. That's my favorite way to have corn in soups. If you guys are, I take like the half ears, and I prefer the frozen ones, to be honest with you, and I will drop them in here, and they absorb so much of the flavor, and they just taste so good, and they cook down so well in here. Also, when I add chicken, I actually prefer to cook with the drumsticks and drop the drumsticks in there, because the bone actually gives a really good flavor to the soups as well. So that's usually how I make like my chicken soup, is I'll do drumsticks, and I will put the frozen half ears of corn in there, and it is amazing. So what I will do now is I'll probably let this cook for another 20 minutes or so. So probably grand total cook time is a little bit less than an hour. So slow and low, I let all the things like kind of mash together. And like I said, this is really a 0-point soup, because like I said, it's about 4 points for all the chicken base in here. But that's, I mean, that's if you drink the whole pot of broth, which I don't think anybody will do. So, I mean, if you do, then this whole pot of soup is 4 points. So I'm going to go ahead and let this simmer, and I will check in with you guys, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to have for my side, and kind of show you what I have for my whole dinner. But this is going to be half of it right here. So what I have right here is called a comal. It's basically what people use to warm up their tortillas and stuff like that. I guess it's like a piece of metal. I don't know. What we are using is just one of those Olay tortillas. This is the tomato and basil one. You have to, I use one of these to flip them because it's too hot and it singes my nails. So you have to be careful with this though, because it will, they will burn pretty quickly. So if you couldn't tell, we're gonna have some quesadillas, guys. A quesadilla. So I'm just making one, and I just keep flipping it. I'm going to add 2 pieces of this Great Value smoked turkey breast. You have to watch for these air pockets, guys, because they will burn you. So I'm taking 2 of these pieces of turkey breast. I'm just going to put them right here. And then I have 28, this is really bright, 28 grams of shredded reduced fat mozzarella cheese. I'm going to put that right there. If you get a little bit on the comal, it'll stink a little bit because the cheese gonna burn, but it's okay because I love the way, I mean, you could do this in the microwave if you wanted, or like in a frying pan, but I like the way the food tastes on the comal. So you just want to close it up. See? Alright, so here is our cooked quesadilla. So it's 1 point for the tortilla, 1 point for the turkey, and 2 points for the cheese. And then I'm going to have my big bowl of veggie soup here. This is really similar. If you guys remember years ago, they had the cabbage soup diet. Same thing. I don't know if it was a real diet or not. I never tried it, but oh, my stomach's looking a little poofy. That's what it is. Taking some lime, and I'm just cutting it up, and I'm squeezing some lime juice on there. Give it a little bit of a tang. To top it, I got some fresh cilantro. You guys see it's in this bag here. I just get 1 head of cilantro. I don't cut it. Your trick is to rip it with your hands, because that way it releases more flavor. I used to cut it up real finely and sprinkle it, but then I was watching Rick Bayless. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he like goes down to Mexico and makes all these like really good Mexican recipes. Anyways, he says to actually rip it up by hand and it releases more flavor. And then I just kind of go ahead and stir it. And yes, girl. So that is our dinner. I'm going to dip that into there. Yes. So wrapping up this meal idea, like I said, you guys can go ahead and adjust this recipe to your specific way of eating. You could add different vegetables. You could add, like I said, the corn, carrots, kale, peppers. I mean, there's really no right or wrong way to make this soup. You just add what you like or what you have on hand, and it comes out wonderfully every time. It's super filling and super healthy, and I love the way soups like kind of hold up. You can go ahead and freeze them. They can last a long time. I know it's summer and it's warm out and people are probably like, Danielle, but with the kids being home, it's such an easy thing to have in the fridge. You know, sometimes you just don't feel like cooking after you've made your kid like the 8th meal that they wanted for the day. You know, you'll have some soup in there. You can throw it in a bowl and throw it in the microwave, and there you go. You don't have to worry about counting. It's all just there for you. So hopefully you guys like this. If you guys do have any of your own little quick meals and stuff that you like to make, let me know down below. I would love to try them. And if you guys are new here, I would love to have you stick around and hang out with me. I upload a few times a week and we touch on everything in life, just a little bit of everything. We have a good time around here. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so it'll let you know every time I upload. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you on the next one. Take it easy.
I was told it was urgent, come see me tonight.